Hello again, kiddies. We're back, and you don't get to see my ugly mug this time. I know, applause, the crowd goes wild. I'm still playing the 408 standards, all mahogany, rosewood neck, 408 pickups, and a trim. So the clean sound. And that's just my Dallas. Of course, it's not just any Dallas, it is the Dallas from hell. Anyway, so as you can see at the layout in my funky socks, so as you can see right here, we got on and off. They call it in and out, and A and B. A side's on your left, B side's on your right, as it normally should be. So right now, we'll start off on the A side. We're in diode mode, a little bit of grind. As you can see, we're at about 11 o'clock-ish. Level is somewhere around, as you can see, boy, you see all this stuff. I'm just gonna play a little bit. So clean, distorted. Kick over to the lead. Now, essentially both sides are the same. You have the option to, basically have like, your good old-fashioned clean sound. Then go for your crunch. Then you can go. And so that's what you got there. That's the layout. But both sides can sound identical. So instead of wasting a whole bunch of time, we'll just start off with one and do some switching. So we're in diode mode. Now if we switch down here to LED mode, you get that extra bit of punch. MOSFET, you get more of this. Less difference between MOSFET and LED. They both have a little more edge to them. So now we're on the fat, we'll go up to flat. And we'll scoop it. Now that affects both channels, so that's universal, as they would say. I kind of like the fat sound myself. But to each their own. So that's basically the Aurora Borealis. Next up, the Kilimanjaro. So once again, the clean. We're going to this one. So now we're in the flat mode, MOSFET, and you can see where the levels are set. So I would personally, myself, normally come back to about here. Throw this one up in diode, leave that one in MOSFET. We got that cranked, got a little bit of tone here, so we got this nice crunchy tone here for rhythm. If you had the fat, switch down to LED. And we'll go to MOSFET. Now we're in fat. Let's do the same thing. We'll reverse it. We'll go up to the flat. Scoop it. Now let's go LED and reverse the whole thing. So the combinations are, I mean, I don't say they're endless, but I can't do math that high, so they're pretty freaking cool. I tend to lean more towards the flat or fat settings myself. They're just more pleasing to my ear. And then kick in. So, that's the Kilimanjaro. Very cool. Let's move on to the next one. And now we're at the Matterhorn. Matterhorn has got some fuzz in it. They call fuzz on this one snow. And the summit is your gain, or your drive. And then you have a level, a master level, and a master tone. You do not have the MOSFET diode LED options in this one. Although you do have two different degrees of gain, overdrive, fuzz, and you still retain the fat, flat, and scoop tone. Very cool. So, for me, it's a very cool pedal. It's that's clean. That's without the pedal. Move up to flat. And let's scoop it. Let's go back to my favorite setting, the fat. And let's delve a little bit into the snow. But you see, the snow really thickens it up. Thick as snow. You dial it back a little bit, maybe crank a little bit of the drive up. So what you can do is you can get a little bit of a pull this back. Now, you kick the snow up and you get nice and thick. So, pull that back. Crank it all the way. So that's basically all fuzz. And crank all gain. Get a little closer to the Kilimanjaro sound in my ear, to my ears. Personally, I go back about like this. Real nice crunchy tones, sounds really good with the Telecaster. If I split it, so that's now with the 408 split, and you can still hear it's got all that thickness, and it lets the single coil cut through. Back in the humbucker. Now if I kick over to the lead channel, which I just boost a little bit more, thicken it up a little bit, pull back the tone a little bit. Just a little more. Yeah, I'm really digging this one. They're all great pedals, all eminently giggable. I mean, really, just guitar, pedal, and amp. And you could really get by with doing about just anything. I mean, from classic rock to thrash, whatever. So that's the Matterhorn. So then you might ask, well, Chris, if you had all three of these pedals, wouldn't there be some cool combinations if you like kicked all of them on or some of them on or kind of mixed them up and saw what happened? Well, you know, that's a good question. Well, we'll just see what happens here. So let's go back to the Aurora with a nice little thing here. And we go back over here. Now, what do you say? We got a nice little. Maybe you want to kick a little fuzz on top of that. I'm not sure what lick that was. I think it was the Demented scale. What if we did all three? And that's pretty crazy. With all I'm off. And that's pretty cool. That was going through the lighter gain settings on all three. Just kind of cascading. What if we went to what I chose as a lead sound for all three? So we start out with. Actually, my favorite tone is using all three at the lowest gain setting to cascade a bunch of low gains together. A little more harmonically balanced for me, but hey, you know, it's all up to you. You can do whatever you want. If you want mayhem, they can do mayhem. If you want classic, they can do classic. It's ain't no rules, baby. That's it for now. Chomp chomp.